What if you are a layman Muslim? You're not knowledgeable. You find someone in the masjid giving durus, giving lectures, giving lessons, and you see them reading the Quran, praying at night. You see them doing all of these good deeds. He's got beautiful akhlaq, good manners, and he's calling people to what appears to you as a layman Muslim, to the right version of Islam. How can you determine whether your initial perception of them being upon the Sunnah is correct or not? What kind of steps can you take? What kind of guidelines can you use?
See, the lame person who doesn't know, generally we can't hold him account because he's ignorant, right? He doesn't know. And ignorance is a udhr shar'i. Ignorance, generally speaking, is a shar'i excuse. You are excused in the Sharia. Ignorance is an excuse. As Allah said,
even from Tawheed.
You see, that needs tafsil, whether you can be ignorant in Tawheed.
Okay. That's another topic for another day.
That's another topic for another day.
Okay.
So Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, He says in the Quran, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. We are not ones to punish them unless we send a messenger to them. Meaning to convey to them. Allah says in another ayah, وَمَا قَدَرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ إِذْ قَالُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ عَلَى بَشَرٍ مِّن شَيْءٍ. And Allah says in another ayah, اللَّهُ يَصْطَفِي مِنَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ رُسُلًا وَمِنَ النَّاسِ. Allah sent messengers for a reason, to convey the message about Islam and to debunk and to speak against and dismantle the confusion and the misinterpretation of religion. So ignorance is a
valid excuse.
Generally, now.
Okay.
But here, if a person goes to a person who they rely and they believe in ammatun nas, and they believe in that person, then as a poet said, وَلَيْسَ فِي فَتْوَاهُ مُفْتٍ مُتَّبِعٍ مَا لَمْ يُضَفْ لِلدِّينِ الْعِلْمِ وَالْوَرِعِ. The person, he goes to a person he sees religion in. He sees a person who's staying away from haram. He sees a person who he believes is acting upon the religion. That's all he saw. And he asked a question. I mean, Allah is not going to punish him for that. But what is needed to know is, and this is an advice to all of the people out there who are seeking knowledge, want to learn, it's generally good to go to a person of the Sunnah and you ask them about who you should take knowledge from.
So you can test them. Ask them.
You don't test the person that you're trying to take knowledge from, but you just ask about him from other people. Just like a sister, if she wanted to get married, she asks about the brother.
But as a layman, how can you determine whether the answer you get is a good answer or not?
I mean, you hear from the imams of your local masjid, all of them are criticizing him. They all say that he's misguided.
Okay.
I mean, I want to mention a final story, and I think this, inshallah ta'ala, should inshallah ta'ala bring matters to more clarity, and I think it's important that we mention it. And Imam Ahmad rahimahullah ta'ala, I took the story from Tabaqat al-Hanabila by Abu Ya'la.
Okay.
He mentioned that Imam Ahmad said to Ali ibn Abi Khalid, he said about Al-Harith al-Mahasibi, he said about him, لا تجالسه, don't sit with him. ولا تكلمه, and don't talk to him. So, this is what Imam Ahmad said to him. He said, don't sit with that man, and don't even talk to him.
He's talking about an innovator.
A man who went against, I want to show you something.
Okay.
And then Imam Ahmad also said to the neighbor and a man who's close to Ali ibn Abi Khalid, the same thing. And he argued with Imam Ahmad more than Ali ibn Abi Khalid. He argued with him regarding the issue of Al-Harith. He said, ذاك لا يعرف إلا من خبره عرفه ذاك جالسه المغازلي نعم مغازلي ويعقوب وفلان فأخرجهم إلى رأي جهم هلكوا بسببه. Ahmed said, this man that you're asking me about Harith, many people have sat with him and he's taken them away from the Sunnah. He's thrown them into misguidance. He corrupted their belief. So the man said to him, Ya Aba Abdullah, this is what concerns me. He said to Ahmed, Yarwi al-Hadith. The man is narrating hadiths. Sakinun khashir. The man is tranquil. The man has humility when he talks.
Just like the people I'm telling you about who called to reading the Quran and doing good deeds.
He said, Yarwi al-Haditha. Okay. He narrates hadith. Sakinun khashir. This man has khushu' in his prayer. He's calm and he's collected. He has the samt of ulama. He is like a scholar. ومن قصته and he went on explaining who this man is. فغضب أبو عبد الله. Ahmed got angry. وجعل يقول, he said, لا يغرك, don't let it deceive you. خشوعه, this man is خشوع. ولينه, and how gentle he is. لا تغتر بتنكيس رأسي, don't let him looking down like this and humbling himself, don't let that fool you. فإنه رجل سوء, this man is an evil man. ذاك لا يعرف إلا من قد خبره لا تكلم ولا كرامة. No one knows this man unless the person who sees him, who saw him for what he really is. لا تكلم, don't talk to this man. ولا كرامة له, this man has no honor. There's no good in him. كل من حدث بحديث رسول الله, everyone who tells you the hadith of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. وكان مبتدعا, is an innovator. تجلس إليه, you're going to sit with him? Every person who tells you a hadith of the Prophet and he's an innovator, you're going to go and you're going to take a hadith from him? لا. Ahmed said, no. ولا كرامة. This man has no honor. ولا نعم عين وجعل يقول ذاك ذاك. And Ahmed kept going on. This man is, this man is, this man is. And he was angry. So just because you saw a man praying and fasting and crying in the salah, and whenever he mentions a hadith he can't hold himself, that doesn't make it a criteria to go forward for marrying him.
Or taking knowledge from him.
Or taking knowledge from him. And to be very frank and honest with you, a sister wouldn't just take that as well for marriage. And that's what really shocks me. That if I told you he's dangerous, stay away from him, you would take it. And you'd be very, but when it comes to this person's an innovator, this person's going to corrupt your religion, you are what? You're like, nah. And what is most important for you, your ra'sul mal is your deen, your religion.
Ra'sul mal meaning?
Meaning your capital.
Yeah.
You can't lose the capital, right, in a business.
No, you go bust.
Yeah, so you're losing your deen and you're talking about other things. It's sad nowadays that people will really be careless about whether a person is an innovator or not. To the extent, I'll tell you something. There are people who now don't even like using the word bid'ah. Hate using that word bid'ah. They hate using the word sunnah. They hate using the word at-tawheed. They've run away from it so much, and there will come a time they don't want to even use the word Allah.
Subhanallah. Ustadh, I think we're going to leave it there. Jazakallah khairan for joining me on the hot seat.
Jazakallah. Allah bless you.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.